It is week 2 of fall camp for Georgia Tech. I am joined by our Yellow Jackets beat reporter Chad Bishop. Chad, you've actually gotten to talk to a lot of players, a lot of coaches so far in camp. What are some of your biggest takeaways?
Real business-like vibe for the Yellow Jackets so far. We're just starting week 2 of fall camp, obviously, but every time I've been out here at practice with the Yellow Jackets, very straight-laced, very down-to-earth, very business-like, going through the motions, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but knowing where they're supposed to be and what to do, and doing things very crisply. So far, so good from my view.
One of the biggest things that everyone is always going to be curious about is the quarterback situation. You've really got 3 guys competing for the starting role. We don't expect for a starter to be named anytime soon, but what have you seen from those 3 guys that people might be curious to know?
Yeah, in the small window that the media gets to view practice, we've seen Zach Pyron take the majority of the reps as the number 1 quarterback. Haynes King, the Texas A&M transfer, has been right behind him. And then Zach Gibson, the veteran who played a lot last year, has been the number 3. But we could really call him 1A, 1B, 1C. I think Brent Key wants to see these guys really compete all preseason long, right up to that first week before the game against Louisville, before he names the starter. Part of that's gamesmanship, right? But part of that is he wants these guys to compete. And quarterbacks coach Chris Winkie said he's seen those guys compete really hard from the moment they get to campus in the morning all the way through practice in the afternoon. As
much as kind of can be done in camp, which sometimes camp is kind of, like you said, not going through the motions, but a lot of drills, a lot of individual stuff. As much as can be determined, what does Georgia Tech need to accomplish to come out strong against Louisville and turn the program around the way that they want to get this thing going?
I'll give you one word to think about, and for the fans to think about: identity. What's going to be Tech's identity on offense? What's it going to be on defense? Can they build that identity in fall camp, or does that identity come later in the season? If they have that identity ready to go by the end of August, the 1st of September, they're going to be in great shape, because remember, Louisville has a new coach as well, a new coaching staff, a lot of folks new on their roster. So the quicker Georgia Tech can get to that identity on both sides of the ball and as a locker room, the better shape they're going to be in.
How have things been with Brent Key, full systems go head coach, as opposed to the interim guy last season, as much as you can speak to that being new yourself?
No, I think it's been great. It's been an adjustment for him. He spoke about that at ACC Media Day, the fact that kids used to come into his office and just lounge and shoot the breeze, and now he feels kind of lonely because nobody's talking to him anymore. And I've been watching him at practice, very different vibe, very low-key, walking around, looking at this drill, looking at that drill. Don't get me wrong, he'll raise his voice from time to time and yell at the guys when they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, but certainly a different vibe for him. But I think he's enjoying it. Celebrated his birthday on day 1 of practice, and the team sang him happy birthday and gave him a birthday cake. So I think those parts of the jobs are a little bit more fun than it used to not be.
Chad, thanks so much for joining me. Thanks to all of you for watching. Make sure you go to ajc.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel to find more videos just like this one.